Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a silicone mould that you can use with polymer clay. Here are some moulds I made before. They're really flexible, which makes them great to pop out polymer clay. So to show you how these moulds work, I've just taken a bit of clay and I'm just pressing it into the mould. You want to make sure you have the right amount of clay, as if you have too much clay it will hang out from the edges and it will end up being bumpy. If you have too little, it won't be formed properly. Once you're happy with it, just feel free to take your star out of the mould. This is a great way to make things over and over again instead of having to do it from scratch, and it means that everything you make is of a similar size, which is perfect if you want to sell something online or just make lots and lots of the same things for a project or for friends or family. This is what I use to make my moulds. It's silicone putty, which you can get from eBay or Amazon. I think I got mine from Amazon and I think it was about £5 to £7, so it's relatively cheap. Especially as even though it looks like you don't get much in there, I have actually made probably about 5 or 6 moulds already and I have quite a bit left in. It is quite greasy, so you want to make sure you use it on something you don't want to ruin. So I'm just taking some scrap clay and I'm going to use this to make my shape that I'm going to use for the mould. I decided to make the controller from my Xbox controller video. You can use anything you like, which is why I haven't shown you how to make it. But if you want to check out that tutorial, the link's on the screen now. Remember that with whatever you choose to make, you want to make sure it's cooked first. So to make the mould, you want to take part A and you want to take part B. Once you start mixing the putty together, it dries very quickly, so you want to make sure you have the right amount, otherwise your mould isn't going to be big enough to fit your object in it. So now you want to mix both parts together and do this as quick as you can before it starts to harden. So once it's all mixed together, you want to place your silicone on your table and you kind of want to pile it up and make a kind of circular shape which is kind of piled up high, so you can easily press in the hardened clay into the mould. Then you just want to shape it round to make sure the shape is how you want it, because if it dries and there's like a little lump or a bump in it somewhere, every single time you use this mould you will end up with a bump or a lump in the clay. You'll also want to make sure the edges are all smooth as well to ensure you get the desired shape, but obviously you don't want to go over the top and cover the whole thing. You'll start to find that it's gradually getting harder and you're finding it tougher to shape, so once it gets to that point you just want to leave it alone and let it dry. I've left mine for about 20 minutes before I decided to remove my polymer clay controller, but obviously you can wait longer, it doesn't really make any difference what you do. You don't want to use your mould for a good 24 hours afterwards to ensure it keeps its shape, because you don't want it to have any issues with it. And as you can actually tell, you can see the new mould is slightly shinier compared to the old one. This is because it hasn't properly set. So there you go, you know how to make your very own moulds. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and please check out my last video, which is about my new course for curious. Thank you for watching.